Indianapolis, America, the Midwest, the Heartland, and with its canal of Venice in the Midwest, Indianapolis is a city that preserves the rich legacy of Madam C.J. Walker and its rich jazz roots on Indiana Avenue. But perhaps Indianapolis is best known as the home of the NCAA, the Speedway, and Lucas Oil Stadium, home of Super Bowl champions, the Indiana Colts. Indianapolis is a city in the Midwest that's rich in Civil War history and turning points for African Americans. One of the biggest events in Indianapolis is the Indy 500, attracting 250,000 to 500,000 auto racing enthusiasts from all around the world each year. The whole city devotes itself to this event, starting with a parade that symbolizes Americana at its finest. Indianapolis has 6 cultural districts: the quaint and artistic Broad Ripple Village, diverse with food, galleries, and Butler University nearby; the scenic Canal and White River State Park, chock full of museums, restaurants, and scenic walks along the water; the funky and retro Fountain Square for food, vintage, and bars; and the African American anchor of Indiana Avenue, home of Bethel AME and the Madam Walker Theater and Jazz. If you want theater and artistic culture, head on over to Mass Avenue District. And for downtown action, there's the Wholesale District with the stadiums and the symphony. There's so much to explore, and I suggest you plan carefully and get a car to get a true taste of it all. Or you can walk the 8-mile cultural trail that will connect all the districts and is scheduled to be completed by 2012. Pay attention to the many markers that explain the history and facts of each area you visit. Indianapolis has quite a story to tell. While Indianapolis is in the Midwest, it served as a major base for the Union Army against the Confederates during the Civil War. The city, a major railroad hub, neighboring Confederate states, was a crucial location in the war for troops and holding prisoners of war. President Abraham Lincoln visited Indianapolis on his way to his inauguration by train. The 28th Colored Infantry was the sole black regiment in this pro-Union city and lost 212 soldiers during the Civil War. When Lincoln was assassinated, his funeral train stopped at the Indianapolis State House, where Lincoln lay in state. Venture further outside of Indianapolis and explore the Freedom Trails. Organizations like the Indiana Freedom Trails are committed to exploring, gathering, and preserving information on the Underground Railroad. While in Indianapolis, contact Freetown Village on Indiana Avenue with offices in the Madam Walker Theater and ask about their programs and tours. during this rich period that we need to know about in our African American history. The markers you see throughout Indianapolis are all part of a program for the Freedom Trails to explain the significant people and places during Indianapolis's rich history. Come to Indianapolis for food, history, sports, and the races. It's a slice of American culture.